Our story begins not in a vast jungle, but within the intricate landscape of a human body. Meet Sarah, a vibrant grandmother who has always cherished the simple joy of breathing deeply. For her, the world was measured in the scent of rain-soaked earth and the laughter of her grandchildren. One day, however, she noticed a change. A persistent cough, like a tiny unwelcome bird, had made a nest in her chest. At first, she dismissed it as a simple cold, a fleeting visitor in the grand ecosystem of her life. But this visitor did not leave. It lingered, a constant, quiet reminder that something within her own internal world was amiss, subtly shifting the balance she had known for so long. Sarah's breath, once an effortless tide, began to feel shallow. Walking up the gentle slope to her garden became a challenge, leaving her feeling winded and unusually tired. This fatigue was not the satisfying exhaustion that comes after a day of joyful work. It was a heavy cloak, draped over her shoulders from the moment she awoke. The vibrant colors of her life seemed to fade just a little, muted by this persistent weariness. She was a keen observer of the natural world, and now she turned that same careful observation inward, sensing a profound disturbance in her own delicate environment, a change that she could no longer ignore. Concerned, Sarah visited her doctor. She described the cough and the breathlessness, the small but significant changes that had altered her daily existence. This marked the beginning of a new journey, one that would take her deep into the microscopic wilderness of her own lungs. It was a journey into the unknown, filled with questions and uncertainty. Like an explorer venturing into uncharted territory, she and her family braced themselves for what they might discover. The path ahead was unclear, but the first step, seeking knowledge and understanding, had been taken. It was a courageous step into a world few ever get to see so closely. This is a story that unfolds in countless lives across our planet. It is a deeply personal journey, yet it is also a universal one. It speaks to the fragility of the life that thrives within each of us. By following Sarah's path, we can begin to understand the complex and often hidden world of lung cancer. We can learn about the challenges, the science, and most importantly, the incredible resilience of the human spirit when faced with one of its greatest adversaries. Her story becomes our window into a microscopic drama of survival, struggle, and hope, happening right now, inside so many. Our lungs are magnificent structures. They are like two large, spongy trees, with branches that divide into smaller and smaller airways, ending in tiny air sacs called alveoli. Here, in these delicate sacs, a vital exchange takes place. With every breath, oxygen from the air crosses into our blood, and in return, carbon dioxide, a waste product, is released. This process is governed by a precise set of instructions held within our cells. Each cell knows its role, its lifespan, and when to divide to create new cells, maintaining the delicate balance of this internal ecosystem. It is a perfect, self-regulating system that sustains us every second. But sometimes, the instructions within a single cell become corrupted. This can happen for many reasons, often due to exposure to harmful substances like those found in tobacco smoke, or sometimes, for reasons we do not yet fully understand. When the cell's genetic code is damaged, it can begin to ignore the body's rules. It forgets how to stop dividing. This one rogue cell starts to multiply uncontrollably, creating copies of itself again and again. It is the beginning of a rebellion, a silent and microscopic mutiny against the natural order of the body, hidden deep within the lungs' branching airways. This growing cluster of abnormal cells forms a mass, known as a tumor. Unlike healthy cells, these cancer cells serve no purpose. They do not help with breathing or any other function. Instead, they consume resources and take up space, crowding out the healthy working tissue around them. As the tumor grows, it can disrupt the lungs' vital work. It may block an airway, making it difficult for air to pass through, or press on blood vessels, interfering with the essential flow of life-giving oxygen. This is how the invader begins to make its presence known, disrupting the harmony of the lung. In time, if left unchecked, some of these cancer cells can break away from the original tumor. They can enter the bloodstream or the lymphatic system, which is like a network of rivers throughout the body. Traveling on these currents, the cells can journey to distant parts of the body, such as the brain, bones, or liver. There, they can settle and begin to grow new tumors. This process, called metastasis, is how the cancer spreads. It is a colonization of new territories, making the fight against it much more complex and challenging for the body's natural defenses. The body often sends out signals when something is wrong. In the case of lung cancer, these signals can be subtle at first, like quiet whispers. We have heard of Sarah's persistent cough, a very common sign. Other signals may include a change in a long-standing cough, or coughing up small amounts of blood. Some people experience a recurring ache or pain in their chest or shoulder, a pain that doesn't seem to go away. Others might notice hoarseness in their voice, or experience repeated chest infections, like bronchitis or pneumonia, that are slow to clear up. These are the early warnings, the body's way of sounding an alarm. When a doctor hears these concerns, they begin an investigation. The first step is often a physical examination and a discussion about the patient's health history. To see inside the chest, the doctor will likely order an imaging test. A simple chest X-ray is often the starting point, providing a basic picture of the lungs. If something unusual is seen, a more detailed scan, such as a CT scan, is performed. A CT scan uses X-rays and a computer to create cross-sectional images, like slices of the lung, offering a much clearer and more detailed view of any potential tumors, their size, and their exact location. Seeing a mass on a scan is a significant clue, but it is not the final diagnosis. To be absolutely certain that it is cancer, and to understand its specific type, doctors must obtain a small sample of the suspicious tissue. This procedure is called a biopsy. There are several ways to perform a biopsy. One common method involves passing a thin, flexible tube with a camera on the end, called a bronchoscope, down the throat and into the lungs' airways to collect a sample. This allows the doctors to directly see the inside of the lungs and take a precise piece of tissue for examination. The collected tissue sample is then sent to a laboratory, where a specialist called a pathologist examines it under a microscope. The pathologist can confirm if cancer cells are present. Furthermore, they can identify the exact type of lung cancer. This is a critical piece of information, as different types of lung cancer behave differently and respond to different treatments. This detailed diagnosis, from the first symptom to the final lab result, transforms the unknown into the known. It provides the essential map that doctors need to plan the most effective journey forward for the patient. Once a diagnosis is confirmed, a team of specialists comes together to create a treatment plan. This plan is tailored specifically to the individual. It considers the type of lung cancer, how far it has spread, and the patient's overall health. For many years, the main treatments were surgery, to remove the tumor, chemotherapy, which uses powerful drugs to kill fast-growing cells throughout the body, and radiation therapy, which uses high-energy rays to target and destroy cancer cells in a specific area. These methods have saved countless lives and remain very important tools in the fight against this disease. However, we are now living in a remarkable new era of cancer treatment. Scientific breakthroughs have given us a much deeper understanding of how cancer works at a molecular level. This has led to the development of targeted therapies. These are not blunt instruments like chemotherapy. They are smart drugs. They are designed to identify and attack specific characteristics found on the cancer cells, leaving most healthy cells unharmed. For patients whose tumors have the right molecular markers, these therapies can be incredibly effective, often with fewer side effects than traditional chemotherapy, turning the tide in their favor. Another revolutionary advance is immunotherapy. This incredible treatment does not attack the cancer directly. Instead, it works by empowering the patient's own immune system. Cancer cells are clever. They often have ways of hiding from the immune system, making themselves invisible to the body's natural defenders. Immunotherapy drugs essentially pull off this invisibility cloak, allowing the immune system to recognize the cancer cells as invaders and launch a powerful and precise attack against them. For some, this has led to long-lasting remissions, enlisting the body's own army in the battle for survival. The journey with lung cancer is challenging, but it is a path no one has to walk alone. Alongside these advancing treatments, support systems are vital. This includes nurses, counselors, and support groups, where patients and families can share experiences and find strength in community. Research continues at a breathtaking pace, with scientists around the world working tirelessly to find new weaknesses in cancer and develop even better treatments. There is more reason for hope today than ever before. Through science, community, and the enduring strength of the human spirit, we are steadily turning darkness into light.